Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome again to Empowering Morning Conversations. And today, I wanted to start by telling you that I congratulate all of you for your consistency in being there every morning on time. Okay? And I believe that consistency is a key to eventually producing all the results that you desire. So many people give up just about the time when they are about to succeed, just because they are not consistent. So, having said that, I want to invite a very special person to take on the empowering morning conversation this morning, and that's your very own Neeti Madhok. So, over to you, Neeti.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Hasina ji. So I would request for your continued support through the session.
Yeah, I'll be there.
I had a thought a couple of days back, and I kind of made a note of it that whenever possible, I will like to talk about it on EMC, and today is the chance. It is a very, very simple topic, but it is what is in sync with everything that we learn over here, everything we practice from EMC, everything that we take away from EMC. And that is, don't give up. Don't give up. It's just 3 simple words, don't give up. Now, what does this mean, and what is the importance of these words in our lives? We practice a lot of tools. We practice a lot of, we do a lot of exercises. We learn a lot of things. We take away a lot of things into our daily lives. We are evolving, we are growing. And in addition to that is the small little request that I have is each one of you, don't give up. Don't give up on those small little things that give you happiness. Don't give up that small little thing that is so very much you. Like Hasina ji talks about every time she's a little upset, she's disturbed, or she's anxious, or she's worried about something, she puts on music, she dances to get herself out of that mode, which is very beautiful. So similarly, while we are all on our journey of looking after our families, providing for our families, meeting a lot of exigencies, performing at work, performing in life, living up, doing our share of sharing and caring, when we are doing all of that and meeting all our duties, we also have a duty towards our own self. And this don't give up is that duty towards our own self. Very often we spend the whole day, the whole week, the whole month, the whole year goes away in looking after the family, looking after the kids' needs, looking after spouse needs, looking after parents' needs, looking after siblings' needs, looking after employees, team, people you hire, people who work with you, your support staff. But that little bit of thing that is so very you need to identify that and keep that alive in yourself. Even if it is something as simple as you like your tea a little lighter than everybody at home, but you have given it up because it's easier to make one pot of tea and share it with everybody. And you start giving up on that little thing that is so very you, that little cup of slightly lighter tea, a stronger coffee, a drive on a Sunday afternoon, a walk in the park, a paratha for yourself, playing a board game with family or with friends, even fathers on the group, brothers on the group. You are constantly into that role as the head of the family. You have a lot of things to look into, just like the mothers in the group have so much to look into. But that little thing, which may not necessarily involve your family, but that little thing which is so typical you, don't give it up. You may not realize it today. You may not feel the need to get out and have that cup of coffee with a friend of yours and just chit chat and offload. Just unwind with a friend for 1 hour in a week or 1 hour in a month. You may not feel the need of it today, but somewhere down the line, the whole thing starts snowballing. And that is when we start returning to a default mode. If you cannot make that time for that little bit of yourself and keep it alive, frequency can differ. Sometimes it can be once in 3 days, it could be once in a month, it could be once in 6 months, that doesn't matter. But that little thing is what is most important. It'll keep you going. It is where you are just yourself. You are not anybody. You are not a father, you're not a brother, you're not a mother, you're not a sister, you're not a daughter, you're not a daughter-in-law, nothing. You are you. And you are doing that for yourself. That little bit, if you start imbibing in yourself, others would also take away. For a father to get away, for a golf game, it is much easier. But to get away for an hour to be with friends, for a mother to get away to just sip her cup of tea or read her book or sit in the park and just watch the kids play, if that gives you joy, if that is so typical you, keep that alive in yourself. Don't give up yourself. If you start giving up yourself, you go on that roller coaster. Please don't give up on yourself is all that I wanted to talk about today. I would like to hear from all of you as to what do you identify as yourself? What is that typical you? Yes, Reddy sir, please go ahead.
Good morning, ma'am. Good topic. I coined this topic as live for yourself instead of don't give up.
Very true. Yes.
That's what I believe. Because yes. I don't want to use the don't word here. More appropriate if you say that live for yourself, even 1 hour for a day. I fully agree with you as a father. Definitely, whatever you said is right. In fact, I've happened to see many a time about my spouse. Always she wanted to do something, but she is occupied with our daily chores. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Now, he's pointed out something very interesting. One is the use of the word don't, which is obviously we are talking about, we are going into the negative axis and then coming back up by saying that don't give up. And he's talking about live for yourself. There are two ways of looking at it. For someone, it could be that don't is, we are going into a negative axis. And living for oneself can also be misinterpreted as, you know, I'm asking you to be a little selfish for yourself. It doesn't matter how you take it, how you look at it. It is keeping that little self of yours alive. Whatever is the phrase you want to coin it with, it is your phrase. And he's just proved it. He's just proved it by saying his own phrase. That is what is defining him at this moment. And I totally appreciate that. I would like to invite others to please share, if you feel appropriate, what is that typical you that you have not kept up or you would like to keep up more. Yes, Sakshi, do you have a problem with your audio?
No, Niti. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, so what you just suggested yeah, even I realized some time back, and I've been following this small ritual of having my favorite coffee. I love it frothy and light, and only milk coffee, which I'd actually given up, which I used to just have a coffee, what was offered to me or what is made for everyone. So I have this every Sunday morning with my favorite snack, that is khakra, that is roasted roti, a crisp roti kind of, with chutney over it. Yeah. So this is like, I realized that I like it, but I just that nobody is having it. So I had also not started having it or not made an initiative of making it for myself. But I said, if it's going to give me so much of pleasure, why not have it? Why not, like, at that particular time, live the life for myself? So I open Sunday newspaper. I make all the arrangement of khakra, coffee ready. And that half an hour, 45 minutes is me time where I don't like to be disturbed, and I sit with coffee and enjoy that time that way. So that I call it me time. And on and off, I try to take this me time with either a movie or a favorite snack or whatever I like to do as frequently as it's possible. Thank you.
Great, Sakshi. I'm so glad to hear you started giving yourself that importance. You started giving your choice that importance. Thank you. Yes, who would like to go next? Vetrivel, yes, please.
Good morning, Neeti.
Morning.
You're really lightening up the morning for everyone. Thank you very much for doing this. And amazing topic. I want to add one more phrase, like what great people said, Reddy sir said, take care of yourself. He said, live for yourself. And Sakshi said, me time. My phrase to relate to don't give up is date with yourself.
Ah, wonderful.
Like go buy whatever you want to buy for yourself and eat whatever you want to eat, spend time. And this, I understand from this thing. Date with yourself means also like it is complete inner connections. You don't need to go explain anybody why I am doing this. You don't need to go and explain all these things. You just be with yourself. That's what I see. And this topic goes to there only. I'm so happy that I joined this conversation. Wonderful. It's going. Thanks.
Thanks, Vetri. Yes, Shakti.
Good morning, ma'am. First of all, thank you so much for taking up today's session. Last minute call, I know that. Thank you so much.
Most welcome.
I do have one question regarding this give up. Actually, I gave up few things. Okay? I tried few attempts. If I need to put it in proper ways, like I had some issues with my friends. I tried few times to sort it out. Then it went to an argument. I don't want to go into this argument that's disturbing my peace of mind. I said, okay, fine. Whatever you want to do it. That kind of, I gave up. Then I feel that's not disturbing me at all. It's like, okay, fine. I feel good. I have my peace of mind, but I gave up. I'm not ready to fix that relationship. I'm maintaining such a comfortable distance with them. So it makes me feel good. Literally, I gave up. How to pick up again? I know that, but that comfortable distance making me feel good.
So, is there any particular reason you want to reconnect with your friend? Is that what you're trying to say?
If I'm doing it like a previous, if I'm able to connect with them, whatever I feel that, whatever I can share, if I'm doing that would be great. But whenever I'm doing this, I feel that a lot of arguments are coming in and making more distance. So I feel that instead of going and talking this particular stuff, maybe I'm not putting in the right way or right words. That's why I'm suspecting. But what I feel that comfortable distance is making me feel good. So I didn't try once again or some stuff. I gave up. Literally, I gave up.
So are you feeling uncomfortable because you gave up?
Yes.
Is that concept making you uncomfortable?
Yes. You are trying so many things, but you gave up. When you are talking this, in my head, that's what is popping up. Before that, it's not popped up.
So not giving up something unresolved, leaving something unresolved is what?
Yeah, it's like incompletion. I kept it.
Incompletion. You walked away from it.
Yes.
But that distance is giving you a peace of mind also. It's giving you a comfort level also.
Yes.
So, Shakti, I'm surprised. You are the tools person in the group. And are you just beaming to the people and to the situation? Are you beaming to yourself? Are you pulling energy? Are you beaming to them? Are you sharing the energy with them?
I'm blaming, but I'm not taking any actions towards to that. Yes, you're right, ma'am.
That's okay. Yes, sir.
See, what I want you to focus on, Shakti,
yes,
is
sir.
that when you are having the conversation with them, there is an argument, right?
Yes.
Okay. So when is there an argument? When one or the other person is unwilling to accept another person's point of view?
Yes.
Okay. So if you are not bothered whether they are right or you are right, will there be an argument?
No.
Okay. So let's say that I had an incompletion with you and I came to have a conversation with you. And obviously, I am having that conversation so that I want to know your point of view and I want you to express your anger or whatever it is that you're holding. And I want you to be complete. Okay? So I would always make you speak first and listen without reacting.
Okay.
Listen without judging, listen without agreeing or disagreeing. You remember, communication begins with the willingness to accept another person's point of view without changing it. Yes. But what happens is that we get hooked into the right and wrong drama. Who is right and who's wrong, and you should have not done it. And then you start giving your justification why you did it. And then they argue about that. We are inviting. So when you argue, when the argument happens, you get to be right in your thinking about them. No? They are like that. See, again, they are arguing.
Yes.
So that completion will never happen.
Okay.
And it's easy to get into a state of comfortable distance. But you know the ill effects of having comfortable distance with many people, no?
Yes.
So next time, whenever you try to have a completion conversation, just listen, don't react.
Okay.
And you don't have to justify anything. You have to not tell them why you did it or how you did it. And you don't understand why I did like this and blah, blah, blah. You don't have to say anything. You say, okay, I understand. Sorry.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And then at some point you can ask them, look, I want to say something to you also. May I say it? And they may say, but let them first say whatever they want, right? So it should never look like you are responding or reacting to what they said.
Okay.
So then you just say, look here, I just want to share my thoughts with you. Wanting to argue with you, just hear me out.
Okay.
Then you say, and again, they may want to say something and they may again get angry. It's all right. So let them do that. And because that's how the completion will happen, when everybody expresses everything that they want. And remember, it doesn't matter who's right and who's wrong. What is important? That there should be a relationship, no?
Yes.
And most people, they lose relationships, but they are more interested in who's right and who's wrong. All right?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Right.
Got it, sir. Got it, sir. Got it, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, Neeti ma'am, for this bringing up this topic. Thank you so much.
Yes, Asina ma'am.
My time is EMC time. When I began EMC, there are a lot of chores I had to do in the morning. But then I decided nothing will disturb me when I am listening to my EMC. My granddaughter was going to office quite early that time. So I used to get up and make breakfast for her and run and give her whatever, if she's late, and give her whatever she wants. But then once this meeting started, I explained to her that this 1 hour, I'm not going to get up from my seat. So please understand me and I will not do anything. Rest of the day, I will help you as much as you want. Now, everybody respects that. When we have to go out also, they see to my timings. That from 7 to 8, we can't do anything with Mama Jan. So I really have my own time in the morning. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yes, Apunav sir.
Hi, good morning again, everyone. You know, there is that question we often ask, when you are, in spirituality, when everything is handled in your life, then what will you do? Like, sab kuch ho gaya, jo bhi karne aaya tha, sab ho gaya, then what will you do, right? So for me, the answer is always traveling. I just love to travel, see new places, go to new places. And I have done more traveling than other people. You know, like I've been to places, even places like Vietnam and Cambodia. I've been to even cities in India like Jorhat, unknown cities which people may not even have heard of. Much more traveling than others. But from within me, it's the voice is always key because of some circumstances, I'm unable to travel much. So one of the first circumstances was that when I started working, then I had 3 younger sisters. Ki bhaiya unki shaadi wadi, they should get married first. And then after that, my mother was a heart patient, so I didn't want to go because I wanted to be with her. And then there was a brief time when my mother passed away, and I could really travel all over the world. I went to Europe, many places in Asia, Middle East, and then thanks to my life as a son of a Air Force officer, I could travel all over India also earlier before. And now my dad is 84 years old, so I won't leave him. So sometimes that feeling comes that that feeling comes that I'm missing out on my life. I'm missing out on my travel.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So this is where I am. Yeah. The अंदर से that feeling comes कि वो travel तो हुई नहीं जिंदगी में जितनी मैं करना चाहता था.
So, Abhinav sir, आप देखिए, if you are not traveling currently, is that your decision or is that your choice?
Oh, sometimes a decision, sometimes a choice.
So
sometimes it's like कि कुछ क्या करूँ, मैं कुछ कर ही नहीं सकता. I don't have a choice. It's that situation.
See, I can understand when these responsibilities are there, it is difficult to get away to far and distant places, but it is easier to travel to smaller places nearby, 1-day trip, 1-night trip. Arrangements can be made when your sister is here. There is additional, medical help available on hand. You line up all of that and focus more on the close by places. There must be something that you haven't seen close by and focus on that. Again, take up the further off places as and when you're more comfortable to take a longer journey. Or even if there's a place that you've been, but you still like it and it's close by, taking another trip down, if that is what is so dear to you and so you can do that. Getting away for about 24 hours is possible.
Yes. Got it.
Hanji. We always feel, since we are with the parents, it's only our responsibilities. And when our siblings come, it's not right to, they will not be able to handle. But if you do all the necessary lineups, siblings will also be able to handle, and they also feel involved with the parent, though it's a shorter period of time when they're totally looking after the parent. But that is what family is all about.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, sir. Yes, anybody else would like to talk about their me time, their personal, their own time, and how to keep it alive and how to keep it going and the joys that you get from it. Yes, Venkatesh, sir. Yes, please.
Actually, I too face like Abhinav, we have problem. My mother is bedridden and all. But when it comes to these things, like there are a lot of things. There is a choice whether we have done whatever is possible at this particular point, being here itself. Like there are a lot of things which can be done by staying at home and doing, which also we have not finished at all. Like say you take there are 100 movies to be seen, we have not seen. There are 100 books we have to glance through at least, which we have not done. There may be a lot of music which we have not heard. So when our bucket list is not at all completed with the local stuff, like what is at hand, just to grumble about something that I can't go out, no, to US, and to keep it this thing I was planning, and I didn't go to even try for visa for US because at this particular time, I just can't think. And better not to have any ideas itself, because nowadays just to go for 1 or 2 days also is difficult for me, because my mother keeps asking where I am. So she's not bothered about other things. So I find happiness here itself, because there are a lot of things, like I bake some cakes, I do something, I watch YouTubes, I dance a little here and there. So keeping myself, yes, some people think why this person does like this, goes to a movie, goes to 2 movies sometimes and all. But all those things I'm not compromising. I do it to keep up the spirit. I don't compromise on those things which are done. And at the same time, some duties are there, like looking after mother, looking after house and all these things. I do.
Great, sir. Very encouraging to listen how you're keeping up your me time, that typical things that give you joy in life. That is so very you. That is very encouraging. Thank you for sharing. Anybody else would like to share? There was a comment in the chat box. Shakti, you wanted to say something about how can I make it possible? Are you wanting to share something about it?
No, actually for Abhinav sir, I thought he was sharing that, right? For traveling, for that I put it, ma'am.
Okay, thanks. Yes, Shanti, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. I would say you can name it as self-love. Like how you love others, you also love you need to love yourself. Love has to be also towards you.
Right.
Instead of naming it, titling it as Don't Give Up, you can emphasize on self-love. You are also a human being. You too have all the right to live in this world as you wish. You have your likes, dislikes, your own wishes and all that. That also has to be fulfilled. And others also respected. When you respect other people and you're doing something for them, they will respect you. They're also doing something for you, and you have every right to do something for yourself. There is nothing wrong with selfish.
Shanti ma'am, can you share what you do for yourself? I mean, what is your very typical me time, your self-love time?
My self-love time is like on Sundays, I love the shows which I like very much. I will never miss it. And that gives me a lot of satisfaction.
Mm-hmm.
That is my time for me.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Here, I'm not judging the situation, but what is also coming out from the session is those who are practicing that me time, those who have not given up on their choices for themselves. they have very interesting expressions for that little bit of keeping themselves alive for their own interest, their own self-time. And those of us who have to work on this, we need to get doing it. Once we start ignoring one little aspect in life, we begin to, somewhere the default process begins. The idea is not to let that default process begin. So those who are not yet into this, or time to time give up on that little activity, just a polite reminder, get back to it. So is there anything that you would like to add? So Deepak sir, is there something you would like to add?
No, I think we are all complete. And if nobody else wants to ask or share anything, we can close the session at this time.
So then we'll proceed with the sharing.
Just one thing after listening to Shanti, I just want to remind everybody that we are all wonderful, magnificent, extraordinary human beings who deserve to be loved and respected for who we are. All right? So if you consider others to be a wonderful, magnificent, and extraordinary human being, you too. And remember, you are the VIP in your life. And if you don't do for yourself, who else will you do it for? After all, if you are doing everything, for everyone, and these little things that you forget to do for yourself, which give you so much pleasure. Thank you so much, Niti, for reminding everybody, you know, these little cups of coffee, this going to the movies. Venkatesh reminded me. So that's why we saw one movie 2 days back, and we are seeing a movie tomorrow night also. And seeing a movie in a theater is an experience which we love, even though there's so much to be seen on the OTT these days. So little pleasures in life we deserve, and we can indulge ourselves without any guilt. It's good, no? So good. Thank you so much, Niti, and thank you everybody for being there. And good to see you back. So Sakshi, and let's have another wonderful session tomorrow morning. Bye-bye. God bless you. Thank you, Niti, once again.
Shayari